guys, it's Clancy, and why do I do weird things with my hands like that? It's Clancy. Hey guys, it's Clancy, and today I'm going to be telling you how to get the job at Victoria's Secret. The hype is real. For those of you who don't know, I used to work at Victoria's Secret as a sales associate, and pretty much, you know, I don't know where I was going with that. But ever since I started filming some Victoria's Secret videos, I've been getting a lot of questions, kind of just asking for tips and tricks in getting the job, because a lot of people do want to work there. It's, you know, you get that good 30% discount. It's you know, there's not really much I can say that's good about it, if I'm gonna be honest. But if you still want the job, I'm gonna let you know how. Also, I'm gonna link down below 2 of my previous videos. One is kind of just my entire experience there to kind of give you a bigger idea of it, and the other is just like funny, weird, like stories from working there. So you can watch those before, after, whatever you want. But right now, I'm gonna be telling you how to get that job. So I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts. The first part is just gonna be some general tips, and the second part is gonna be specific questions, specific things that you're gonna want to have planned out or you're gonna want to know. So first off, the format. You're gonna send in your little resume or whatever you do, and they're gonna call you and you're gonna meet with them in person. So you have a single interview, an individual interview. Then after that, if you make it through the next round, you're gonna have a group interview. So single and group. You're gonna wanna be prepared for both. My very first tip is to dress the part. This goes for any job. If you're looking for a job, you want to dress the part so that the person interviewing you can picture you there, can see you there, can see that you fit in. At Victoria's Secret, they wear all black. That's the dress code. Everything black. So you might want to consider wearing all black. You don't have to. This isn't like a rule, like you have to wear all black to Victoria's Secret interview. Like if you have a really pretty pink dress, you know, wear it. But it really does help to kind of dress the part. And you know what? Even if you don't want to go for that all black thing, if you just hate black, well, if you hate black, you know, you really shouldn't work there because you're gonna have to wear black every day. It's a great time. Funeral, literally every day I was like, am I going to a funeral or am I going to work? You know? Same thing. Same thing. But at least kind of dress like stylish in a way. Do not, like you'll look like an idiot. Do not go there wearing a blazer and dress pants. Actually, you know, maybe you could. That could be really cute. But, you know, like they do look for that more like stylish, like, what's up, I work at Victoria's Secret, you know what I mean? So that's my personal tip. My second tip, and this is huge, is to make your resting face a happy one. This is something that I feel like no one really pays much attention to. I'm just grabbing my tea. If you see me like off camera, like, okay. And you don't really think twice about it. You kind of just like, what? But I'm telling you, how your face is when you're not even trying says a lot about you, and that's what people are going to judge you on a lot of the time. You know, no one wants to be with someone who like, yeah, they're talking, and all of a sudden you look over and they're just like, make sure that like even when you're listening to the interviewer, when you're receiving the questions, when you're kind of just sitting there, you do have that slight I always try to do like a little slight curve. Because I have been told I have resting bitch face. As someone who has been told it, yeah, like it's very easy for me to slip into that. I actually like, even when I'm in class and the teacher is talking, I try to like do this. Like I'll show you. Honestly, I just look frightened. Is this when professors see me as? God. And my third general tip is to always ask a question at the end. At the end of every single interview, they're gonna ask you, do you have any questions for me? Never sit there and be like, no, okay, bye. Always ask a question. Not only does it show that you're interested and you're actually like really like, yo, I want this, it also kind of just creates more of a conversation, opens it up. It makes it less of a, I'm asking you questions and you're answering them. It's more like, oh, but I have a question too, and then you say something and maybe you'll have a question back. It gives it a conversation feel, because at the end of the day, especially with this environment at Victoria's Secret, you want to kind of be their friend. Like, someone wants to hire someone that they like. It's not all like, this is your resume, this is your GPA. It's, do I like you? You know, like, are we compatible? People, if they're hiring you, they're going to be working with you. People want to work with people they like, so be as likable as you can. Now for part 2, specific questions. These were questions that I was asked, and so you might want to, you know, prepare some answers for them. The first one is describe yourself in 3 words. Pretty much, you know, find I'd say at least 5 words that you really like. Like, go to thesaurus.com. Don't just be like nice, happy, like find some great words. Don't get all like weird and archaic, but you know, make them good. Like I like to say I'm driven, very self-motivated, and what else am I? A good listener. I feel like that's not one that's very common, but it's very important. Another question was, would you consider yourself more of an outgoing person or a shy person? And if you answer shy person, you just might as well walk up and leave. You can't be shy if you work there. You have to be going up to people and being like, hey, like, can I measure your boob size? Like, literally, I'm not even kidding. Like, nah, I'm kidding. I don't think I've ever done that, but, you know, it does get very, you know, crazy up in there. But no, and also you need to be outgoing. You need to be like, hi, like, wanna try this bra? Do you wanna try this? Like, I'm Clancy, you know what I mean? I don't care if you're the shyest person in the world, you better make yourself outgoing. This one kind of threw me for a curveball. If you were selling a perfume, how would you then link that to bras and sell that person a bra? Because at Victoria's Secret, they're very into linking. They want, you know, the perfume people to then go up and buy some bras. They want the bra people to buy some perfumes. You just basically want to sell people as much as you can. And when she first said this, I was like, oh my god. My answer was, I would tell them, you know, oh, you're getting that perfume, why are you getting that perfume? See if they have a special occasion, and then be like, we can get you a bra for that occasion. So that you're all set, you have the whole package. Another question was, what was a problem or struggle you faced at your last job, and how did you solve it? I honestly was just like, what? I didn't really have any problems at my last job, so I just made up this whole thing about how people were very into taking credit for other people's work, and you know, people didn't want to work together, and I don't know, whatever it was, the person was like really loving. She was like, oh my gosh, that is such a big problem, and like I was like, yeah, but no, that never really happened. But yeah, you definitely gotta fudge it. You gotta fudge it a lot. I don't like that expression, fudge it, ew. Another question, this might have actually been the first question she asked, do you shop at Victoria's Secret? If you sit there and say, no, I don't really like the clothing, it's not my style. Wrong. Obviously you have to be like, this is like my ride or die store. I buy all my underwear here. It is the best. Yeah. I remember though, I didn't want to seem like a fangirl. I didn't want to seem like, oh my god, like Victoria's Secret. Like, so I was just like, yeah, I definitely love their clothing. Like, looking back on it, like, who cares? I love Victoria's Secret. Whatever. Like, deal with it. But for some reason, I was like, so, like, even like, I felt embarrassed to use my employee discount code there because I was like, I don't want to seem like I'm like, I don't know why. Like, what the heck? 30% off? Use it. And then the last question that I can remember is, what is your availability? And always, always, always make yourself seem as available as possible. You're going to need to be able to work weekends and nights, so if that's not what you want to do, then don't work at Victoria's Secret. And they also asked me if I could get my own transportation, like if they didn't want someone who's taking the bus because the bus has like weird times and that could really interfere, and I was like, listen, I got my car, we good. So now after that interview, you're going to be invited to the group interview, if you make it through, of course, like if you make it to the next round. Let me tell you something. I was so nervous for this interview. I was more nervous than the individual interview just because a group setting, like, it's weird. Like, I don't want to seem like I don't want to be too passive and in the dust, because that's something that I do, not that I struggle with, but I definitely can take on more of a passive role when it comes to things like that. But at the same time, I don't want to be like, this is what I am and I'm trying to be better than everyone else. Like, so it's weird. Relax. Let me tell you something. If they invite you to the group interview, you pretty much already got hired. Every single person except for like 1 or 2 in my group interview ended up working with me. I really think that this was like a group interview with like the store manager, the manager of everything, and it's really just a get to know you thing. Just like, let me make sure. But if you're just yourself and you're happy, you're smiling, you don't have that resting bitch face, you're good. Just make it a conversation. So those are all of my tips and tricks, and honestly, like, if you're a girl who's got a little bit of like an edge, I don't even know what I'm saying. Basically, like, you got this, girl, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you're good, you're golden, just be yourself, and you're definitely gonna get the interview. And if you want any more information, like I said, I do have my 2 other videos linked down below if you wanna check them out. And if you like this video, if you're like, yo, you know, I enjoyed this, wow, then the subscribe button is down below that you can click if you want to, you know, stay up to date on my videos, stay in the know, be part of the famiglia. I film a whole bunch of random, weird, crazy videos, just weird. I'm a weird girl. And you can also see that on my social media, which will be linked in the down bar, because I'm just, you know, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, it's all one big mess of life, but it's entertaining, I think. So yeah, but I'm gonna go, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.